What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is Tuesday, February 18th. I am going to break down two trades for you in today's video. We're going to talk about my EurCad position last night. I got stopped in profit this morning as EurCad pulled down. Even though it stopped me in profit, it was basically a wash on that trade. I didn't change my bias on the direction that I wanted to see this pair move. I've now found a re-entry and I'm back up in profit, as you can see, about 20 pips with my stop loss now locked in profit. So I can't lose any money on this position either. Even if it shoots straight down right now, I can't lose any money, which is the most important thing to me, of course, is once we take a position, we manage the risk to make sure we can't lose any money. And then from there, we're just gonna let the trade tell us when to get out. So let's flip over to TradingView here. You see I have some divergence marked up on the 1 minute. Now, today's video is going to talk a little bit about the divergence entry signals, since that's what really got me into this trade over the last 24 hours, into both trades over the last 24 hours. If you aren't familiar with the divergence signals that I'm using every single day, there's links in the description to other videos where I show you how to draw divergence the way that I do, and there's links to our courses that'll teach you how to take trades based on the way that we draw divergence, which is very unique. Most people aren't drawing it the way that we do, which is why I think it works so well. So today, you see the divergence, that sets up the D1 entry signal. On the 15 minute, you can see the pullback. From last night, if I actually switch over to my other chart, you can see this is where I had my entry last night. Now, I was swinging for the hills last night, trying to see this thing come through the 50, through the 200 EMA. The 200 is the white line, the 50 is the light blue line. I was looking to see it break through, and it did. It moved about 40 pips, 35 pips, just about 35 pips from my entry point. But I didn't take any profit because, again, I was looking at the higher time frames I'm going to show you in a second, and they told me to go for a higher take profit than just 35 pips. I could have taken some off definitely this morning as it broke down, but I just didn't. I wanted to hold in. My stop was locked in profit right here, and that's where it pinned me out. But that didn't change the bias. So let me show you first what I liked on the 1 hour to make me think we were going to get movement to the upside. So first, you know, if you've been following my videos, all I've been doing is trading EurCad short. Like, look at the playlist of the live trade recaps. All I've been doing recently is trading this pair short. But it's been building divergence here on the higher time frames. And divergence doesn't necessarily tell me that we're going to get a reversal, but it does tell me that we're going to get something changing in the future. So as this divergence builds, I'm getting not less confident in the shorts, but I'm getting a little bit more hesitant to take them short because I know something could change and we could see this thing come higher. So last night, as this 1 hour divergence was building, I was watching the 15 minute. I saw that we had set the low and that we actually had some divergence presenting here on the 15 minute as well. You could see the rising RSI here from 6 till about 12, the whole New York session basically, and the falling price action. So that's even more divergence within the bigger structure of divergence. Again, that's just getting me interested, telling me that something could change from the drop that's been taking place. And then if you take it down to the 1 minute, there was even more divergence down here on the bottom. It was very, very oversold, and that's where I liked it, holding the level of like 143.33. I liked the risk at 143.30, just 3 pips, very, very tight. With my spread, I think my stop was 5 pips, and it worked out that it moved over 7R basically from the entry. Now, I was probably going for a little bit too much. I wasn't hitting it with a super large position because, as you guys know, swing trading is still something that I'm openly working on. Like, that's my biggest issue right now, is taking these longer term trades. But here, I'm getting better at it. I think the best thing that I can take from this trade is that I got to take a little bit of profit at these EMAs, because if I'm going counter trend, I don't really want to leave money on the table. It was kind of foolish to just get stopped at break even and wash the whole trade. I could have taken a little bit off, but that transitions us into the trade that I'm in right now, which, if we take a look again at the FX trade, I'm up about 19.5 pips on the position. So the stop is locked, I can't lose any money, and we're gonna just take it candle by candle. Picking it off this low here, knowing that it's Tuesday, knowing that this thing is building divergence, I'm thinking, just because of my market experience, that this could be the low for the week, and we might see this thing come higher, kind of pulling back from the last 2 weeks of drop into the next couple of days. And if it does, then I've got this low picked. I wanna stay in for as long as I can with as much size as I can until it gives me reasons, like I said before, to get out of the trade. So here you can see the 800 EMA is really, really far from where we are now, but it's not out of the question as far as something that we could potentially reach. It's only 96 pips. We could definitely be there by tomorrow, 144.40, 144.20. So my thought is I will hold this trade overnight if I have to, especially if it moves into profit and I can lock the stop even more to make sure that it doesn't bump me on the changeover of day when spreads open up. But unless it gives me an exit signal, I'm going to try to ride this thing out and take advantage of some of this counter trend move. And again, guys, if you want to learn more about how we're identifying these divergent signals, I'm not the only one that's able to see this. It's all detailed in the videos that are linked in the description and in the courses. The courses, of course, are gonna have the best information for you guys. So I appreciate you being here. If you're new, do me a favor, as I always ask, please just hit the thumbs up button because it helps us reach other traders. And then make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our future videos. So I'll probably head out to the gym in a little bit. Now that the trade is locked, I'm just gonna monitor it from my phone. If I do anything from my phone while I'm at the gym, I'll come back and update you guys when I get back. But other than that, I'm going to leave it be. Full size is still in. Stop is locked in profit, so I can't lose any money. So it's another blue trade. So I appreciate you being here, and I'll check back in a little bit. All right, guys, it's almost 2 o'clock. We're about 3 minutes away from 2 o'clock. I'm back from the gym now. I got my lunch here. I got stopped, as you can see, in profit on the remaining half of this EurCad trade. So the second trade of the week so far. The first trade last night, like I explained to you guys already, it moved about 36, 35 pips into profit before stopping me out at break even. Same kind of thing happened here. Although with this trade, as it started to come back down right before I went to the gym, I closed 50% of it up 21 pips. And seeing that my stop was only about 8 pips, that's just about 3R, that's a good chunk of the trade. I think that what I'm doing a little bit too aggressively here on both the trade from yesterday back here and the trade here off the low a day, I think what I'm doing is trading counter trend for sure. And what I'm doing too much is trying to assume that this is the piece where it's going to go all the way back up and erase the entire drop that it had. Even though I think that I'm not, that's what my take profit levels show I'm doing. So what I need to do is kind of regroup a little bit and go back to what we talk about on our black shirt calls, which is that these D2 trades, the counter trend idea, because EurCad is clearly short biased. I've said that a million times, right? You see all the other live trades. Because it's falling, because it's in that downtrend, these are D2 trades, and these D2 trades should not be trades where I'm going for 7R, 13R. A D1 trade, definitely, in trend, you could have the top of something, and you could ride that trend for days or weeks. You could have been short EurCad from last week, and you could be making money still with that short bias. We could have been short today. There's a D1 entry signal here and here, telling us that this thing is going to come lower. I just happen to be in the counter trend bounce. And what I think I can do better from the trade last night and the trade today, what I want you guys to take out of this so we actually have something applicable in this short video to take and apply to your trading going forward. If you're trading counter trend, don't go for the home run. Don't go for 5, 6, 7, 8R. This trade here today, at best for me, moved 30 pips. My stop was only 8 pips. That's still a great trade, especially counter trend. I don't need to try to get that whole move. I should be in and out. Same thing last night. I was up 36 pips with a 9 pip stop. It's over 3R. It's like get in, get out. You know these counter trend trades don't go all the way full reset. And on top of that, you know the higher time frame trend is still short biased. But today, still blue, slightly blue between the first trade getting stopped at break even, just in profit, barely to cover the spread, and then closing half of this trade here at like 143.42. So my plan going into the rest of the week is to take the lessons from today and apply them into my trading, just like I did last week. If you remember, on the EurCad trade on, I believe it was Tuesday, I left money out on the table. I was out at 14 pips and it fell 80. Well, then Wednesday, I came back in and I took all 60 out of the drop on Wednesday. So this week, I'm going to do the same thing. I see today that trying to buy this thing and call the bottom is not the right move. So I'm going to keep in trend, make sure that if I do see something like this that wants to go counter trend, that I'm not going for the home runs, that I'm using this signal, this D2 signal, to hit singles. So I hope you took some value out of the trade. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, I've got 6 seats left for the Tampa seminar. The divergence course is still on sale. I can hook you guys up with anything that you need if you want to learn how I'm taking these same, identical, repeatable, easy to identify entry signals every single day. Now, if you have any questions, like I said, drop a comment. If you have any concerns, if you have anything that you want me to address in a future video, please let me know as well. Drop a comment down below. I will answer all your questions. And as always, guys, I really, really appreciate the time. So enjoy the recap. I hope you enjoyed the recap, and I'll see you guys in the next video.